I met this girl a while ago. From the beginning, she was inconsistent, one moment all in, and the next, distant. Naturally, I voiced my concerns. I told her straight up that I was looking for something serious, hoping we could grow into something more. Surprisingly, she apologized for her inconsistencies and agreed that she wanted something serious too. She even said she hoped everything would work out. That moment felt like the beginning of something special. After that, she became more consistent, more present, more engaged. I didn't officially ask her to be my girlfriend because, well, I thought it was understood. I figured the feelings we had for each other were mutual, especially after the conversations we had. There was one time when she said she didn't want our friendship to be short-lived, and I corrected her, saying, "This is not a friendship." She laughed and said, "Oh, relationship." I took that as confirmation of what we were becoming. From then on, I assumed we were in a relationship. I even showed her a text where I called her my girlfriend, and she didn't correct me. I introduced her to some of my friends at a party, calling her my princess, and again, no objections. I started calling her babe and love, and she seemed to embrace it. One day, I told her, "I love you," and she responded with, "I love you too." That moment solidified everything for me. It felt like we were on the same page. Finally. I'd been doing everything I could to make her happy, and on multiple occasions, she told me, "I'm very glad to have you, and I'm so happy I met you." When I asked her to share the 5 happiest moments in her life, she ranked meeting me as number 3. It was like we were building something real, a relationship. We had all the signs of being a couple. Long calls about nothing, endless text messages, goodnight wishes, cute little outings, playful arguments, sweet love gestures, and the kind of hugs and hand-holding that just felt right. We even took late-night walks together. It was perfect. Or so I thought. But then, she forgot my birthday. I had reminded her 5 days before, but on the actual day, there was no wish, no gift, nothing. I had to call her that night, and it was only then that she realized what she'd done. She apologized profusely, saying she was sorry over and over again. Maybe I should have ended things right there, but I didn't. 5 days later, I set up a game date for us, and she agreed. Everything seemed fine until she called me that afternoon, saying she wanted to bring her roommate because the roommate would be alone otherwise. I didn't like the idea since it was meant to be just us, but eventually. I agreed with the condition that she'd cover any games her friend played. She agreed. Later that night, I went to her room, and we ended up making out. Things were going well, but at one point, she stopped me. We didn't go all the way, and that was fine, but then we started talking. I brought up how I felt she wasn't giving her all to the relationship. As soon as I said the word relationship, I noticed a shift in her expression. She looked confused, almost as if the word itself didn't sit right with her. Relationship? As in, we're dating, she asked. I paused, bewildered, and replied, yes. I thought we were in a relationship. I thought you were my girlfriend, and I was your guy. She stared at me, and I felt like an idiot. She shook her head and said, "We're not in a relationship." That hit me hard. I asked if she was seeing someone else, but she said no. So I asked her if we could be in a relationship. That's when she dropped the bomb. She wasn't ready for a relationship. She said she didn't want me to wait for her because that wouldn't be fair. She wasn't even sure how she felt about me, whether it was love or something else. I felt crushed. Everything I had believed, everything I had hoped for, suddenly felt like a lie. She noticed how upset I was and asked why I had assumed we were in a relationship. I started listing everything, the I love you, the endless conversations, the moments we shared. The part that stung the most was when I told her I felt like she had led me on. She asked me for examples, and I brought up how she had said, I love you too. But in her eyes, that didn't mean what it meant to me. And there I was, feeling like a fool for loving someone who wasn't sure she loved me back. It's strange how things can look one way to one person and entirely different to another. I thought we were building something real. Turns out, I was the only one building. What would you do if you were me? Share your thoughts in the comments below. And don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the bell for more stories just like this one.